Just joking. This episode is gonna be about some Reddit questions, and it's gonna be probably about some memes as well. Something funny. This episode is gonna be something funny, something that's not gonna be too serious maybe as well. But yeah, we're gonna see after the intro, as always. As every single day. Because it's amazing. Because it's insane. And with that being said, hello and welcome back to the next episode of the Self-Development Tactics podcast. I'm Christopher Walch, I'm your host, and we're gonna go through a bunch of funny shit. Hopefully, and also interesting shit. It's not only gonna be just non-serious, it's also gonna be something serious, something good, something that's valuable. But yeah, before we even go through the episode, 2 links in the description. The first one is for notes, but this one is pretty just irrelevant for this episode. But music. If you want to have some background music for this video, there is normally no background music because it hurts my post-production capabilities. Because if I want to just use my video for something else, then there is some music and then I'm like, I fucked up. But if you want to just add some music, there's a link down in the description. 5 tracks. I think you can also download them if you want to. 5 or 6 different tracks. They're all just having different kind of, not really, also genre actually, but mood. One of them is funny, the other one is like bright. It is basically from the YouTube audio library, so it is also just commercially free. So yeah, if you want to have some background music, especially also if you're on the podcast, it's at least in my point of view gonna just make the episode better, So you have the decision if you want to do this or not, You can fucking decide. It is on you. It is how you decide. It is how you are willing to do this, up to you. But we'll see, We'll see what Reddit is giving to us. And the first one is actually going to be a more or less serious one or whatever. However I'm going to pronounce it or I'm going to present it, we're going to see. So forgive yourself for every choice and decision you made that has led your life to this point. And I have to say, yeah, it makes sense, I was first of all thinking well, whatever decision that you have made, which made you to this person that you are at this point in time, was actually a pretty good one, wasn't it? Because you hopefully are pretty, this was then the point where I just kind of switched my thinking. You're hopefully going to be happy about the person you are. But if you're not happy, then of course, just forgive yourself. But everything that is going to come in your life, whether it is something that's positive, whether it is something that's negative, it is always going to be based on what decisions that you have made in your life, basically. So every single decision, also I've just made really fucking a lot of bad decisions in my life. But I'm at least at this point in time, I'm pretty happy about whatever I'm doing, especially about just what I've been able to do with the podcast and whatnot. I'm happy about that. I really am fucking happy about that. But it's okay, I've done a lot of shitty and useless and unnecessary and bullshitty decisions, but still they have led me to just being in this position as I am at this point in time. So yeah, amazing. Just amazing. So yeah, let's see. If you only stick to your New Year's fitness resolution and until February the 6th, you will be 10% healthier than last year. Never be ashamed to start for fear of quitting. Until February the 6th, which is 36 days, isn't it? Or I'm dumb, could also be the case. I'm not quite sure. But I would say first of all, I would say if you're having New Year's resolutions, just start right now. New Year's resolution is such a bullshitty and fucked up concept. Whoever came up with this shitty and fucked up idea, yeah, never mind. But it's if you just want to change something, fucking change it, You do not need a fucking new year to change something. So why? Why don't you start right now? Of course, maybe just New Year's resolutions are just a way to be well, I'm going to start next year. I'm going to do this in the next year. It is basically a way to just, and a pretty easy way and a pretty good way to just do things or kind of procrastinate. That's quite it. That's really fucking quite it. I'm lonely. Poor little person. I'm overweight, unattractive, and not very smart. My entire life I have been a failure. I seemingly have no talents, and no matter how hard I try, something I never seem to improve. Practically my whole life I've hated myself. I'm 22 going on 23 now, and things are getting even worse. I've become temperamental and impatient. I can't keep focused on anything, and I'm even having trouble reading. Critical thinking is essentially impossible for me. I'm always tired or exhausted regardless of how well I slept. Sometimes even rolling out of bed or taking a shower feels like a monumental task, and my health has paid dearly for it. I can't hold a job. I also can't drive without having a near panic attack. And I'm the type of guy that's always lonely but never alone. Isn't it the same or something? I'm not quite sure about that. But the thing that I'm having to say is change. We can see, and I can see that this person is definitely not happy with how things are at this point in time. So therefore change, and first of all would change the diet, because it is the most important part there. It is not really about just working out and whatnot. 70% of how you look is predicated on what you're eating. And if you're eating only bullshit and only crap, then of course you're going to be overweight. And of course you're maybe also going to feel unattractive, at least in terms of how people see beauty in nowadays days in 2019, December 2019, and also in 2020, it's probably not going to change that much. But yeah, we just just fit people. This is like how beauty is at this point in time. It's kind of only predicated on how society sees things, which is then called beauty and whatnot, or just the beauty ideal, or however you actually want to just call it or whatnot. But change, it's not easy, and it is not gonna be easy, but it is it is simple to change. It's not easy, but it is a simple concept. Just eat healthier, and then that's quite it. There's nothing else that you have to do but that. And now there's an image. There's an image, and it's hopefully gonna be something good, but I don't know. I don't actually know if it is gonna be something good. We'll see. We'll have a look. We'll have a look. Fuck. Easy to spot a yellow car when you're always thinking of a yellow car. Easy to spot opportunity when you're always thinking of an opportunity. Easy to spot reasons to be mad when you're always thinking of being mad. You become what you constantly think about, so watch yourself, and this is kind of only the truth. Just makes sense. Whatever you're focusing on is going to be what you're seeing. If you're focusing on the color red, guess what the fuck you're seeing? The fucking color red. Right. So it's like, whatever you're focusing on is going to be how your life is going to be. Basically, in the end, not really. There's just a lot of nuances to that as well. But essentially, just boiling it down to the really base of everything, I guess it is quite what it is, Marketing podcasts that actually helped. Gary Vee audio experience. And then that's quite everything that you're going to need. And also Seth Godin's Akimbo. Amazing podcast. Like insanely amazing podcast. Like it is insane what he's doing with the podcast. Like it is so interesting, good. And he's just shipping, he's shipping and he's doing the work, even though it's not always going to be super perfect. But it doesn't necessarily have to be super perfect. It's like no, it doesn't have to be. What is the best subreddits to sort by controversial? I don't know. Stoicism. What I advise you to do, and this is a quote. This is now a quote, and I'm going to show you the quote really fucking big. What I advise you to do is not to be unhappy before the crisis comes, since it may be that the dangers before which you paled, as if they were threatening you, will never come upon you. They certainly have no yet come. And it is from Seneca, and I have to upload it because it is actually the truth. If you're just unhappy about whatever it might be before it actually happens, then of course you're going to be unhappy. But it might not even happen. So in the end, it's only going to be negative outcomes. No matter what. It's going to be negative. No matter what you're doing, it's going to be negative. It's going to be negative. Negative. What the fuck? Oh, good. My first attempt at motion posters. Link in comments. Which is actually, because they're cool. I like them. It is like 2019 design. It is like really kind of it's not simple. It still involves some skills, and not everyone's able to do that, but it's basically like how I'm doing every single poster, because I like this type of design. I really love it. I really, really, really appreciate it. I love it. I like it. Only using strokes, not always kind of just text itself. I wonder what fun it is. I made a motion post that day for 7 days with the theme of being absurd, made with Adobe Photoshop, Illustrator, and After Effects. All of them have musics as well, by the way, so check out the link on Behance. I'm actually going to check it out because I want to see. But I would actually like to see, and I think also the presentation is pretty cool in terms of like how he's showing that up, or how she is actually, because I don't know, could also be a she. Fabric, iridescence, however, whatever. I would really just know what the font is. I hope it's not copyrighted. Really hope. But it's cool. I know it's not that much more, but it still is something. It's more interesting than something else. Like, this is pretty easy. This looks cool. Really does. I like it. I really enjoy that. Therefore, I'm also gonna... I don't like the grills one, even though it is kind of cool, like this bit effect, having some sort of an old style, whatever. It feels cool. It feels cool. I'm gonna upload this. I like that. Like the design. And again, another image. depressed, actually depressed. Please note down just a reminder that Vincent van Gogh, well, as far as I know, Vincent van Gogh, I'm not quite sure. I know at least this is how my art history teacher is pronouncing it, Vincent van Gogh, but I'm actually not quite sure. Did not eat yellow paint to make himself feel happy. He ate paint and drank different chemicals because he was suicidal, and this is why he was not allowed in his studio while having breakdowns. He also did not paint Starry Night and his other great works because he was depressed. He painted most of them while he was in recovery and demonstrated his hopefulness and love of the world through this. Most of his great works were painted from his room at a hospital. Van Gogh's depression should not be glorified. His hope and effort toward a better life, as well as his recovery from depression, should be glorified. But unfortunately, he in the end killed himself, indeed, with a gun. At least it is just how, or as far as we know. I know it's not quite sure actually, because you'll never know. Also because I think in this case it's really not sure, because it's something that's pretty interesting, because he didn't shoot him in the face or something. He didn't shoot his head or something, but he actually shot himself into, what is it called? Like just more in the tummy area, which is something like, okay, why would you do this? You're gonna just bleed out basically if you're just saying it like this. I don't fucking know. And then that's quite it. It's not gonna be cool. It's not gonna be great. It's gonna actually be only shitty if you're just doing something like that. But it is what it is. Today I learned that in the Antebellum South, slaves dreaded January the 1st, aka Heartbreak Day, because New Year's Day was traditionally when debts were settled, resulting in black families being torn apart as slave owners sold or rented slaves out long terms to pay back those they owed money to. I hate that shit. Whole slavery bullshit doesn't make any fucking sense. So is that awkward time between Christmas and New Year's Eve? Some may have had a rough time, and that's why I'm here. Probably gonna be some sort of plaidoyer. Added, I fell asleep at my desk, didn't finish my project, but more important, I couldn't answer some posts. I'm really, really sorry. Thanks to everyone who helped out, though. It's great to see other people help too. It really is. Like, this community is fucking amazing. If you're having one question, ask in here. Ask on fucking the self-improvement or self-help section of Reddit. There is for sure going to be somebody that's going to help you. And it is amazing. I don't know about the quality of just the help that you're getting, but it's just better than having nothing to just whatever. It's going to be good. And in every single section, I guess. I think it's not necessarily only going to be about the self-improvement and self-help section, but I think it's just also about every singular section there. I at least hope, because it would be cool, It'd actually be pretty cool. Really, really, really cool. But I don't know. A tip to make you feel better. Seeing the positive things. Never think your life has to be perfect for you to be happy. Life is a journey. Embrace all of your experiences. Life is indeed a journey. I'm gonna upward this. Stoicism, which is actually a pretty great one, I've learned, just because of the quotes here from Seneca and whatnot. I'm actually gonna have a look then into the Reddit itself. Let us prepare our minds. I'm actually gonna show you better. Let us prepare our minds as if we would come to the very end of life. Let us postpone nothing. Let us balance life's books each day. The one who puts the finishing touches on their life each day is never short of time. Well, it does make sense. It just really depends now of what he was thinking back then. But as they say now, just below it, live each and every day as if it were both your first and last one. This is actually way better than saying, live your life as if it would be your last one. Just drink a lot of fucking alcohol and you're gonna be good. No, I'm not gonna suggest that. Please don't do that. It is fucked up. Doesn't make sense. It is like you're gonna anticipate that there's gonna be happening something in some time. You don't know when it is gonna happen, but it is gonna happen. And you're gonna live your life based on this thing. It is like what I've been talking about before, which is like, if you think that something is just happening bad, or something bad is happening, even though it hasn't happened yet, but you're still just really unhappy about it and whatnot, doesn't make any sense. It's only negative outcomes. Quite, not the exact same thing, but quite. Not exact, but quite. not exact, but quite. Not exact, but quite. Yeah. The first, full of wonder and appreciation for all that is here, as if you have never experienced the awe of even the simplest wonders in your life. The last, postpone nothing that is meaningful to you, as you will never know when your time will end. If we treat each day as if it were a lifetime, we will never be short of time. Perhaps our life will be short in minutes, that is out of our control, but will not be short and in its ultimate meaning to us and those we love. Let's actually have a look at the Stoicism Reddit itself, or subreddit itself. Stoicism for a better life. Weekly exercise. Weekly exercise. Well, it is long. I'm not going to read it. Welcome, introduction and general discussion, 3rd edition. I'm willing to have a quote. A quote from Marcus Aurelius, or Marcus, as they say. So it is from Marcus Aurelius. It's just to say. Objective judgment now at this very moment, unselfish action now at this very moment, willing acceptance now at this very moment of all external events. That's all you need. So basically all you need is objective judgment now, unselfish action now, willing acceptance now, and that's quite it. As they say, or as Marcus Aurelius said, even though I think it is not really a good. Let's actually talk about that. I think it is not such a good quote just because it's not that fluent. It's just, first of all, I didn't get it in the first place, which is kind of a minus there. just because I don't get it, but it's like, I don't know. Does it matter for people as well and only just for me? To just actually have some structure in the quote, and so just that the quote just sounds good, something. Is this something that matters to anybody else but me, some sort of? If the quote is fucking good, then, and one of the best quotes, I might be able to just find it there, but I'm not sure. Acknowledging the good that is already in your life is the foundation for all abundance, from Eckhart Tolle. I assume that Eckhart Tolle is pronounced Germanly. Yeah. Is a spiritual teacher. He is German-born resistant of Canada. So it's gonna be Eckhart Tolle. I don't give a fuck about the fact that he's now in Canada. Eckhart Tolle. And it's gonna be the last quote. All things are parts of one single system, which is called nature. The individual life is good when it is in harmony with nature. From Zeno, 4th century BC, founder of the Stoic school of philosophy. Zeno taught that happiness is a good flow of life, which can only be achieved by living in accordance with the laws of nature, which is universal reasons and logos. And it's not going to be about fucking society. Does society have something to do with nature? I guess probably not. I really guess probably not. Therefore it's like, let's talk about that. Let's talk about the fact that fucking society has nothing to do with fucking nature, probably. So should you be giving a fuck about society? Probably fucking not. So yeah. Still it is amazing that they also talk about happiness. Happiness is a good flow of life. And it makes sense. If you're always fucking happy, there's nothing that you have to kind of care about then. Makes sense. Really does make sense. But yeah, it's going to be the end of the episode there. And I thought so. But yeah, so my PC is broken this point of time, but I know that if I'm just speaking, and it's still going to record it, which is the interesting part about it. But so yeah, it's so fucked up. I wish you the best health, of happiness, and also success, and I also hope that you're going to remind yourself and you're going to be remembered. So your legacy. 3 other questions that I'm having for you are, why are you here? What are you trying to change? And the third one is, what is bothering you the most? And now it is actually live again, and now I can see myself again. So yeah, I hope you've liked the episode. So if you've liked it, please like it if you want to. And I'm going to see you the next time, I at least hope. So I'll see you soon, hopefully. And also subscribe if you do not want to miss out on anything. I would appreciate that. I'll see you. Bye.